What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I've been back here. Um, Might be asking why the car is up in the air right now. Taillight partially removed. Going to be swapping out these reflectors for some sequential LEDs. So, took the taillight off because I got to run the wires up through here anyways. And I was trying to see if there's a way to get to this from up here, but there really ain't. See if you can see anything. So you gotta go from underneath. You could probably pull these, and there might be enough flex in the body pan on the bumper for me to get in there. But if you go underneath, that's the back. So you gotta push in these little white clips. There's one on that side and that side. And it looks like a 10 millimeter is also holding it in place. So let's go take that off. Alright, this should pop out. So, see, it's just a basic little reflector. I wrapped these a while back, as you can see. Alright, now let's go get the replacements. Alright, so this... Ooh. Alright, so these are the clear reflectors that are going on the back, as you can see. Color white. I already opened these, so they're marketed for the X Trails, but they work for the Q50. At least they should. I mocked it up earlier and it looks like it lines up, but it should also work for my, well, actually no, the QX70 has a different shape, so it ain't gonna work on that one. But apparently the X Trail and a couple other cars use the same size or the same shape. So these are them. Nice packaging, keeping everything secure. As I said, I took some of these out earlier because I want to test them out. So from what I gotta try to remember when I do the wiring, but black is ground, that's a given. Red, I believe when I was testing it, is the regular daytime running light. So just your marker light. Whenever the lights are on, that's on. Blue is the sequential turn signal, I believe it was. And then white was the pulsating turn signal. So, or I might have those reversed. So basically, whichever one, this way you want it to light up, that's the one you put to your turn signal, and then the other one goes to your brake light. But red is going to be for your driving lights / parking lights. The blue and the white will determine which pattern it lights up on when you activate your turn signals and when you step on the brake. But let's see which side this is. Alright, so that... Alright. Now, since we no longer have a screw on the back... Actually, wait a minute. No, looks like I might be reusing the screw. If the clips aren't enough to hold it in place, I gotta figure out how I'm going to route the wires. So, I'll be back. Alright. So I think I'm going to run the wires through here. There should be some space for the clip. And basically it'll go in like that. I already pulled the wires through, so then I just got to route it up through here so I can figure out which wires to splice into. Alright, so installing this is really not hard. It's took me less than a minute to mount it in place. But I did notice it's not a perfect fit. This little spot right here should actually be recessed all the way in. Kind of like how that is. But instead it's sticking out. It's not that bad. I noticed it just because as I'm installing it, I'm seeing it, but we'll see as time goes if I even notice it once everything's back up. So after you pull up your wiring harness, I don't really know which one of these is a ground wire for the whole system. So I'm actually going to run the cables inside. So I'm going to poke a hole through the rubber grommet so that it goes inside and we still have a good seal. Because I don't see another way to ground it from out here. But I'll play around with this a little bit, see maybe one of these wires is a ground and it's not just grounded on the inside. But none of them are just black. There's a white with a black stripe. That might be the central ground because both of them have the white and black stripe. Alright, I'll play around with this. Let's see. Alright, so this is how I'm testing it. So I have the flashers on right now. Figured this is probably the ground wire because it has a black stripe and both sides have the white with a black stripe. So did a posi tap. Here is, let's see if I could do this two-handed or not. It's going to be a little tricky. But basically, I take this end of the posi tap. I can either completely screw it in or I could just do a test tap, which is what I did a second ago. Just find a spot. So white wire is going to be the sequential turn signal. Red wire is your running lights. So the blue wire is going to be my brake lights. So this one is the main power wire for your turn signal. Now I just got to figure out which one of these is going to be the brake light and which one's going to be the running light. Posi tap those together and then we'll be done. And I'm probably going to shorten the wires a little bit or just zip tie them. We'll see, because it's pretty long. But I gotta see if I have any more posi taps, make sure I have enough. If not, I'm gonna have to do some connectors. Alright, so here's how I wired it. Black wire on the turn signal goes to the white black for ground. Then the white wire goes to the green and yellow for the turn signal. The red wire, which is your DRL wire or your just driving lights, goes to the green. So it's green. And then the green with the white stripes gets the blue wire, which should be the brake wire. But for some reason, when I'm stepping on the brake, that light's not coming on. All the other ones work the way they're supposed to, except for that one. So we're going to see if we can figure that out. All right. So turn signals are working. And let's turn off the hazards and just turn on the brake lights. Or, I'm sorry, the DRL lights. Those are on. Alright, so we got the clear bumper lights put on. So in the daytime they look kind of like a pinkish color though. It's not really red.